Hello, Carmichael here. Today I am super excited to introduce you to a unique journaling workshop that I've developed, and it combines a journaling practice with meditation, and then more recently I've folded in the power of ChatGPT to give it some extra insight and inspiration. I call this practice Cathartic Journaling. It is a transformative process that I first created in 2014, about 10 years ago, and I had originally sent it out over email to just a handful of people. It ended up going for a year. I've ended up with 52 original journal prompts that I'm really excited to share with you here on YouTube and also in my community, Cathartic Clarity. So cathartic journaling is not just writing, it is a form of writing meditation. It quiets your mind, it opens your heart, and it connects you deeply with what truly matters to you. This process is about exploring your inner world, discovering your unique gifts, and perhaps even exploring how you can share those unique gifts with the world. It's less about what you're writing and more about the way that you are energetically while the writing process happens. I'm currently leading this workshop within a private, respectful online community away from the noise of social media. It is a safe space to be vulnerable and human, a place where every member is honored and every story is valued. I'm choosing to share my journal responses here on this open platform of YouTube. I feel it's super important for me as the workshop facilitator to give you a chance to get to know me, to understand who I am, and this is a unique and insightful way for me to share that with you. So as you see here on my community welcome page for Cathartic Journaling, it is designed to help you unlock any unlived dreams that are waiting for you to take action. This was an image that I had created with ChatGPT. Again, this is a year-long journey with 52 original prompts. I'm going to be sharing one prompt a week every Wednesday here with you, as well as sharing my journal response that I wrote earlier this year. So let me give you a little tour of the actual prompt itself. With each new prompt, I give a little bit of information and perspective about why journaling is so important and how it can be super helpful for us. I also share a few simple pointers each week to get you in the right mindset and to get you centered on the meditation. I also then, of course, have to share the journal prompt itself. Sometimes this is called a sentence stem. It's supposed to just act like a launch pad or a springboard to get you over the initial creative blocks of a blank page. One little tiny side note I wanted to share, these graphics of the prompts themselves, I had designed those back in 2014. My graphic design skills were seriously limited back then. They're not all that much better right now. As we move into an age of more and more AI-generated content, I believe that human-created products and services are going to stand out and have a unique spot in the world. I do have some AI-generated images in another part of the journaling process at the end. I can show you those when we get there. Let's get started. Whether you are new to journaling or whether you've been journaling for years, each time we put pen to paper and explore our life experiences through journaling, it's always a new adventure. A few simple pointers to start off our journaling journey. Number 1, write whatever comes to mind, even if it seems off topic. Number 2, there is no right or wrong responses. And number 3, keep writing for a few minutes or as long as feels comfortable and useful. And that's it. So this first prompt, as you can see, what you're going to do is you'll take your journal, you'll go sit down, and then notice your breath a little bit. Try to clear your mind, and you'll begin writing. I feel most alive when. And just keep going. Just keep writing. Go for a few minutes or as long as feels comfortable and useful, as I mentioned in the pointers. Just try to keep the pen going. Try not to focus too much on the words, and instead focus on just relaxing through any tension that might be there as you're like, I don't know what to write, because that happens to everyone. That happens to all creative people in whatever medium they work with, and this sort of practice can be applied to anything, not just writing. So now, as promised, I want to share what my recent journal response was to this prompt. I need to close out of here though. All right. So you can see that I've got my journal response here. Sometimes they're fairly short, sometimes they get kind of long, sometimes a poem spills out of me. I call it a poem. It's not always true poetry, but it rhymes anyway. So this journal response is just a short reflection of a time when I was walking in the woods. I feel most alive when the organic mulchy path beneath my feet crackles and snaps, releasing a fragrance of pine that's been lying dormant in perfect alignment with all that is. The towering trees welcome me into their art exhibit, and then return attention back to creating more art. The evening sunlight playfully showering me with droplets of warmth upon my face as the shade trees dance joyfully in the wind. A bird song fills my imagination of hidden nests and learning to fly. As I continue on towards wonder, my steps halt in stunned awe as the glorious owl streaks past my eyes to land powerfully on the branch just off to my right. Humbly, I marvel at his striking silhouette and receive his message. I am never not home. So there you go. Now, a new feature that I added to my Cathartic Journaling workshop this year was having a conversation with ChatGPT about my journal response. Sometimes it's a little bit of a conversation, sometimes I just ask it to generate an image. This one is just about getting an image, so it's pretty quick and easy from here. So I just sort of put in, last week's homework prompt was, I feel most alive when. My journal response was this, and I pasted in, I just copied and pasted this into ChatGPT, and I said, please generate an image inspired by this journal response. And so ChatGPT created the image and said, here's the image inspired by your response, and this was what it created. I felt that this was pretty amazing. It really does connect me to that moment of felt aliveness when I look at it, and I remember that moment and I remember that day. I feel like this is such a beautiful and unique use case for these AI language models. I'm using it in my community with my members, and we're using this AI as a tool to unlock and inspire more human-generated content. Also, we get a lot of deep clarity about our values and also get some clarity about where we might be blocked or how we might make the most of this unique moment in our history in order for us to live more fully into our unlived dreams. So if you're intrigued by any of this, I invite you to join us in this year of journaling. You don't have to be part of Cathartic Clarity in order to journal along with us. Just grab your journal and use the prompts that I share each week, starting with this one. If you do feel inspired, I hope you'll share your thoughts and your comments, or even your journaling if you feel comfortable, down in the comments below. I read every comment, and I look forward to connecting with you and learning more about you through your writing. I also hope this gives you a glimpse into the power of cathartic journaling and how AI can play a role in our personal growth and our creativity. I'm excited to share more about how this process unfolds in future videos, so please subscribe if you're interested, and remember, there is no right or wrong way to do this, just your unique path unfolding one word at a time. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.